Getting into our news, during the Monday Night Football game, which thankfully was a lot better than the college championship.
Thankfully.
Good. Anything better than 65-7 blowout. We got the Mandalorian season 3 trailer that all of us were super excited, and I don't know if Disney came out and said it, but I believe this is the final Mandalorian season 3 trailer. I would hope so because it's coming out in March. Well, okay. I have many a thoughts on this.
Yeah.
I think this trailer is fine, but not as good as I was kind of hoping for. Like, I know they were hyping it up of like, all right, Mandalorian season 3 trailer, and maybe I just kind of went in with too high of expectations, but at the same time, we're like a month and a half away from release. I'm obviously going to be, Josh and I both are obviously going to be excited no matter what, but I don't think this trailer does a good enough job of getting you hyped. And that makes me kind of think that they're holding back a lot, which can be both good and bad. We have no reason to doubt the people behind Mandalorian, but to me at least, there wasn't a right hook in this trailer. Like normally a trailer leaves you with one big bop at the end of going, wow, now I gotta see it. Ant-Man and the Lost Quantumania, showcasing how powerful Kang is towards the tail end of that trailer. Wow, and then you get that cool shot, the Josh's gift to death of like Kang shooting the power blast or whatever. That looks cool. Yeah, it's cool seeing Grogu use the Force on some guy in a cave, but Grogu Force tossing some guy at the entrance of a cave is your hook. If it was the first time we'd ever seen Grogu use the Force, cool. That would have been a really cool thing to show in the trailer. But
Yeah.
I
No,
think
I'm with you too though, because I think the thing that got me too was he chucked him out and I was like, oh, that's so cool. But then he like floats out like Professor X, and I was like, okay, a
can't
little
unsee
less
that now.
cool. Yeah, a little less cool. But yeah, it also is like apparently we're not gonna have the Naboo Starfighter for very much longer either.
Why do you say that?
Um because at least the way that the scenes cut, it seems like Mando is flying that like he's getting chased by those TIE fighters. So it seems like he's getting a different ship. I don't know. Maybe that's not him. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out, obviously.
I don't think they'll get rid of that ship so
It's
soon.
too cool. I hope not.
I don't think we'll get rid of it soon because merchandising opportunities. You got to make the Lego set
Agreed.
first before you blow it up. But also, he
Please.
just got it, and it fits so well for the evolution of the character of going
Mhm.
from a single piloted ship to a ship that's just perfect for him and Grogu. There's some cool stuff to be gleaned out of this, but honestly, the thing that made me the most excited was just seeing like those one or two shots of Coruscant going, "Yay, we're acknowledging the prequels again!" Because we had that weird stretch of time right around when the sequel trilogy was coming out, from Force Awakens to most of Rise of Skywalker, like the mainstream stuff, other than some of the animated shows, did not really acknowledge the prequels, or they tried to minimize the prequels as much as possible. And I think we're slowly kind of getting back to that of like, oh, a generation did grow up with the prequels, so they do have this appreciation for it. Maybe we should go back and revisit some stuff. Maybe, uh, like Thanos, maybe I judged you too harshly. Like, I still think
Yeah.
the prequels get a bad rap from certain generations that wanted it to be the original trilogy. Are the prequels perfect? No, but at the same time, prequels did a perfect job of getting children invested in Star Wars, and heaven forbid Star Wars be made for children.
Yeah.
Say it
Yeah.
together, that's always been what it is. Just because you grew up, you don't have you shouldn't expect Star Wars to grow up with you. You can still like it. Just be open of, okay, maybe I outgrew this style, and that's okay. You could still like it, but Star Wars is always made for children. Yes, the Mandalorian is more mature, but getting back to the original point, I like seeing Coruscant again. But it's weird to me. I'm still looking forward to Mandalorian season 3, but I think it's weird to me that the thing that got me the most excited from the trailer was seeing Coruscant more than anything.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you. There's a lot I think in this trailer and that they're throwing a lot at you with no context. So it's not this isn't the part of the adventure that's going to be like, oh, and they're here, and they're here, and they're here, yay. So I'm not 100% sure where we're going, and I think that's why I'm not as hyped by this trailer. Like, it looks cool, everything looks like we're going to have a good time. I'm excited to get back to hanging out with Grogu and Mando. But at the same time, it's hard because after the events of Boba Fett, it does feel like we have 2 seasons of really cool character development, and now it's kind of like, okay, cool, but like him leaving doesn't actually mean anything now, because first chance he got, he came back to Mando. So I don't know, man. I'm still a little on the fence about it. I am excited to see what Mandalore is going to look like. I'm excited to see whatever that Jedi scene is.
That's a flashback, I think.
I think so too. The question will be a flashback from who?
Probably Order 66. It's probably the Jedi that got Grogu out.
That is also probably true. I was thinking of a potential. I'm trying to think of how that would work though. I was going to say maybe it's because that's also not like him. I was going to say like a Jedi killing section of the Order 66 that was led by Thrawn, but I don't think that that's going to be the case now that I'm thinking about it in context. However, I wouldn't be surprised if Thrawn shows up by the end of the show. I think part of this too is that I am so mentally and emotionally ready for Grogu to not be a quote unquote baby.
It's because you wanted to be a bounty hunter, dude.
I mean, no, I'm okay. No. Hear me out. It's not even just that. It's that, and I guess, yeah, I guess that's leaning all the way into the Yoda stuff of like, just because he's small doesn't mean he's not powerful. But I think him like always hovering around in the chair feels like a cop out in some way of like, okay, cool. So now we don't have to puppeteer him as much, because him walking was always a little weird. But at the same time, I don't know. I think I'm just ready to not have a baby that is somewhat useless. You know what I mean? Like he's felt for 2 seasons like, all right, cool. He has force abilities but doesn't know how to use them, which is odd. And then like there's just I'm ready for him to not be a baby anymore, regardless of what that means. I'm just ready to move on from that age from him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think also this trailer is hiding stuff from us because the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, there's this starter mission of what the story sets out to be, and then something gets revealed later on. Like,
True.
Season 2, I feel like, didn't Season 2 start with him with Grogu of needing to get something done, and then realizing, okay, we gotta take him to a specific Jedi, which is where he meets Ahsoka, and then that's kind of at the halfway point. Then we get Luke for the finale. I wouldn't be surprised if the whole I gotta go to Mandalore thing gets resolved in like the 2nd or 3rd episode, and that's kind of like, this was the thing, but then the real overarching thing that we've got to deal with here is uniting like the people of Mandalore, or like threat that's being teased by the cop that he runs into for the first 2 seasons, which, you know, is obviously Thrawn. It's got to be Thrawn. Thrawn is what they're setting up. They teased Thrawn in Season 2 with Ahsoka fighting in that one episode, and I'm sure Thrawn will be back for the Ahsoka show. I'm wondering how much Thrawn will factor into this, but also Pedro Pascal, while not saying what the surprises are, he said, hey, we kept Luke Skywalker secret from you guys in Season 2, so I have faith in our department that we can keep secrets. So, you know, whoever works over at Marvel, take some hints from the people over at Star Wars, because Star Wars, for some reason, can keep their mouth shut, unlike the people over in the comic book industry. But I'm still optimistic that I think Season 3 will be great. I just think this trailer wasn't necessarily their best foot forward, is all I'm saying.